Hey, Perry Creek. I'm Pastor John, and it's Transformational Tuesday. As you can see, I'm working outside today. Actually, I'm at Riverbend Elementary School, helping clean up and prepare for our drive-by Teacher Encouragement Day on Thursday. I hope you can take the time to join us here on Thursday from 9:30 to noon. We need as many people as we can get. So if you have time, you might make a poster telling the teachers how great they are, and you might wear your Perry Creek shirt. But if you don't have time for those, that's fine. Just join us for as long as you can on Thursday. But I'm clearing weeds here today, and that reminds me of one of my favorite verses in the book of Proverbs. It's from Proverbs 15:19, and it says this: "The way of the sluggard is like a hedge of thorns, but the path of the upright is like a highway." Now, the sluggard, or slothful man, or lazy man, is an interesting character in the book of Proverbs. He's kind of the comic relief of the book. Proverbs tells us that he's so lazy that when he reaches for food, he won't bring his hand back from the dish. He never finishes what he starts, right? He's so lazy that Proverbs tells us he turns on his bed like a door turns on its hinges. And Solomon tells us that he's so lazy that he says, "There's a lion outside. I can't go to work today." In other words, any excuse will do. But what is Solomon saying in this verse? You know, Solomon says the path of the sluggard is blocked with thorns. It's hard for him to get where he's going. I don't know if you've ever tried to walk through thorns, but let me tell you, it's not easy. Meanwhile, Solomon says the path of the upright is straight and level. It's like a thornless highway. It's easy, it's firm, it's smooth. There's no thorns. When it comes to going where he needs to go, the upright man has it easier. So what is Solomon saying? Why is it easier for the upright man? Why does he get no thorns in his path? Well, think about it. There's no thorns on the upright man's path because the upright man walks on his path, right? He walks on it every day when he's going to work, and that keeps the thorns down. The sluggard, on the other hand, is too busy to work. He's too busy turning on his bed. He's too busy hiding from the lions. He never goes outside, and as a result, the paths around him are all blocked by thorns and overgrown with weeds. So what Solomon is saying is this: it's easier to get to work if you go to work on a regular basis. I mean, think about it. If you're here at Riverbend, would you rather walk over there on the playground where people run all the time and the weeds are low, or would you rather go back here by the pond where there are weeds and thorns and poison ivy and snakes? I'm guessing that you would prefer the playground. Okay, but this principle isn't just about the path, you know? Everything is easier for the person who hasn't let things go. When he needs to go to work, his tools are ready because he's been using them, right? He's in practice because he's been working, and that makes it easier for him. His work is easier because he's in shape, and it's easier for him to get up in the morning and easier for him to stick with a task because he's used to it. Life is easier for him because he's been working. Okay, now what does all this have to do with us during COVID-19? You know, many of you are probably sitting there saying, "I only wish I could get out of the house and go to work. I would love that." So how does this relate to us? Well, chances are we have some weeds, some thorny issues in other areas of our life. Maybe there are some areas of your life that you've kind of let go for a while. Maybe there's an area that could really use some attention. You know, maybe it's a chore that you really need to do around the house. I've got a few of those that I've learned about during this COVID-19 time. But maybe it's something else, like your marriage. Maybe it needs some attention. Maybe it's a conversation that you've been putting off and now it's really gotten difficult. Maybe it's your relationship with God. Maybe that hasn't been maintained. Listen, whatever it is that is the case with that, well, why not use this time? This time while you're at home and have a little extra time to pull some weeds. Why not start working on it? There may be some weeds at first, but once you start working, it'll only get easier. And if you keep at it, your thorny path will turn into an upright highway. So Perry Creek, let's pull those weeds. And I'll see you here Thursday at Riverbend.